Well, hello, at the end of day three, early day four coming up, moving day, as I say, in day three. I just think India have got this game exactly where they want it after moving day. England, I think, are just a little bit behind, but I think India have made the running in this test match. And today, I think they might just win it. Well, welcome to Belfast Talk Straight on the morning of the fourth day of the fifth Test match. India tour to England. India are 2-1 up. England have got to make the game, and I think they made the game, like we said at the end of day one. I think last time I was with you. I think the right decision was at the toss. They had to chase the game because obviously they need to win this Test match. We'll come on to Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow in a second, but I think there's a fine balance here in this new regime, and I think it's positive, and I think it's a good thing for England that one win in 17, a mentality shift had to change, and I think that has. Has it gone too far? Have England, there's a fine balance between sort of ridiculously positive, trying to sort of show the opposition that we are coming for you, all guns blazing, and a little bit reckless. And I think we've had the course of that over the course of the last 3 days of this Test match. A bit of batting from England, a bit of captaincy from Ben Stokes, and I think all in all, where we find ourselves at this minute in time is a very, very powerful India, a very, very powerful bowling unit, has just reined in England's positivity just a touch. Great innings by Pant to set this game up. England have got, I think when you look at it, I think England have got question marks again at the top of the order. I think at the end of day one, I was watching, expecting and waiting on how Alex Lees and Zach Crawley would go against a really good bowling attack. Well, I think they were caught short. They were found wanting. I thought Mohammad Shami, I'm in two minds of where Mohammad Shami would be if he came over and played a 16-game county championship career in first-class cricket, whether he would get 100 wickets or he wouldn't get a wicket at all, because he just seems as though balls are too good for players to nick and hit. So I think against lesser players, he might just bowl these ridiculously good-looking balls but not get any wickets, or he'll just go through the whole summer and just get everybody out and get 100 wickets. So he's a phenomenal bowler. He's bowled very, very well. India have bowled very, very well, and I think they set the game up nicely. England, I think, were caught short. Like I said, 132 behind on day one, on innings one. I thought England might sprung a surprise if England were batting 350, 400, pull out, 350 pull out, not wanting to get somewhere close to 400 and make the game and make India have a declaration, or England bowl India out cheaply in the third innings to try and force the hand of the game, because England need to win the game. But unfortunately, I think 132 was just far too much deficit to give away. Johnny Bairstow was magnificent. I thought he was unbelievable. Again, at the end of this Test match, a lot of people will talk about how well Johnny's played over the course of the last month, and I think he's been England's real find of this new positive mentality. Tale of two innings. I think, what was he, 13 of 62 balls, I think it was, 63 balls. And then he erupted at the other end of Sam Billings. You see there the emotion. We've seen that 3 times now this summer. He has been excellent. He had a little bit of a spat with Virat Kohli to get him going. The former India captain had a little bit of words with the fiery redhead from Yorkshire, and I think it got Johnny going. I thought it got England going. It got the crowd going, and I thought it was box office. It was excellent entertainment. And whenever anybody says they push the boundaries, they push the lines in spirit of cricket, nonsense. I think when two players are as passionate as Virat and Johnny are, and they back themselves and back their teams, then you are going to have choice words. And I don't think there was any problem. I don't think there was anything crossed the line. And it just seemed to spur Johnny on and got England, I think, just hanging on by the fingernails to steer in the game. 25 from Ben Stokes and 36 from Sam Billings. Just got England into keeping England with a little bit of an outside sniff and an outside chance. And then when it came to the ball, I thought Pajara and Pant, when they were just teetering a little bit, I thought when England might have just thought, you know what, a couple of wickets here when Pant comes in, we might just be able to get them out for 300, 275, and we've chased that so far this summer. So why can't we chase it again? But again, you know, Pujara is a phenomenal player, and whether he's in the side just because he was playing for Sussex in England and off the back of the runs, and it was nice to have him in England playing, and he was in a bit of form, so they had him, you know, batted him at the top of the order because he filled a gap with the likes of Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul missing. But what an option to have! He's just dropped anchor, and he's made it very, very difficult for England. And Pant has continued where he left off in the first innings. And I thought, yeah, this guy he's got special talent, this boy. He really has. He's got something between his ears now that he assesses a situation, goes hard early and over, puts bowlers under pressure. And now they're in front. I think we'll see a special innings this morning. Hang on to your hats, because I think if he gets in for 20 minutes this morning, I think he could just take the game away from England and take it away quickly. So I want to come on to the end of this sort of little chat about Ben Stokes, about the captaincy, about where we are. I think 9-12 months on from debacles of the West Indies, Australia. The positivity element of England, I think, doesn't need to be reined in. I just think it has to be calculated a lot better. Kevin Pietersen was criticism, and he had some criticism in his comments yesterday. This is a half volley. Ben tried to hit over the top. It was a fantastic catch by Jasprit Bumrah. And what is he doing from the former, you know, being a member of the former Fast Bowlers Club? The fast bowlers don't catch them. They just let them go away for four. But Ben's reaction was a little bit of unlucky. He hit the ball in the air, went towards the fielder. So I think in the Cole idea, I want Ben and Brendan to have a look at this positive mindset, this all-out action cricket. And I think we could be a little bit smarter with our positivity. I think that's what Kevin Pietersen was saying. And for the first time in a while, I actually agree with Kevin that I think England could be a little bit smarter. I don't want them to go on their shell. I don't want them to go back to, you know, not chasing totals. I think there's definitely a ways and means where we could be a little bit smarter in our positivity. 5 slips, things are going around the park in Day 1 when Pant and Jadeja was going. England have still got 5 slips, trying to show that we're still being positive. I think a few fielders a little bit in better positions, and I think that would be. I just think England could be a little bit smarter, but I'm not going to complain too much because of where we've been. 1 win from 17. I think this mentality is going in the right direction. Who we got here? Zeke 007. Does England's top order need to improve? I think you do, especially the openers. And who do you suggest can reshuffle this? I think Lees has got a little bit in the bank. I think Crawley might need just sort of coming out for his own good. I think the top order does need to improve. I think it needs to bat for a little bit longer and protect that middle order. You're right, especially the openers. I think Ollie Pope played a poor shot. I think, you know, we played very, very well last week. It was a poor shot. You could see by his reaction. He doesn't need a number 11 former fast bowler to tell him that he played a poor shot. He'll know himself. Where does a reshuffle go? Dom Sibley could come back in. Doesn't fit the brand of what this new mentality is, but I think he has got temperament for Test match cricket. He can play the long innings. He has got the mentality of scoring international hundreds, and he's gone away, improved his game, and I think he's come back. So I wouldn't surprise me, even though Ben and Brendan have said that we're going to stick with Zach Crawley. I think Zach Crawley looks a man who is a little bit broken, and sometimes you need to be taken out for your own good. And I think that's what possibly could happen if he doesn't get a big score in this innings. Kenty fitness for fun. Do you think Harry Brook or Ben Compton will be given a chance now Crawley has failed again? Like I said, I think Harry Brook's a fantastic young talent. We're going to see him in the one days against South Africa, and he might just force his hand. Speaking of Kevin Peterson, he might just force the selection's hand that if he goes and has a very, very good one-day series against South Africa, we might not have any option. We've got to pick him in the reshuffle where that goes. I'm not so sure who would open the baton, but I think Harry Brook is definitely the next cab off the rank when it comes to the middle order. But Ben Compton has done brilliantly in first-class cricket. And along with Dob Sibley, I think they're the two leading contenders. If Zach doesn't get any runs in the second innings later on today or tomorrow, then I think they could benefit from just taking Zach out of the equation and putting him back into county cricket to get himself some runs and rhythm. There's no doubt Zach Crawley has got a very, very sort of high ceiling when it comes to talent. But at the minute, he's just not quite performing well enough to probably keep his place, because averaging sort of 25, 26 recently, I think England might have to look at the opening batting slot. So thanks for your questions. I think that's it. I don't think there's any more questions. Enjoy what is going to be a fascinating day 4. I think if Rishabh Pant is still in at half an hour into the morning session, then hang on to your hat, guys, because this could be special. And if England end up chasing a total of anything in excess of 310, 320, then I think there's no doubt, I think it's going to be an India win. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a question, leave a review, and we'll get back to you. Enjoy the day.